zam gagara gasa sa'are nasara ne take harara.
Greece set to approve controversial 13 hours workday reform. Brain disorder responsible for 11 million deaths yearly, said World Health Organization. Madagascar military says it has seized power as president moves to safe place. Hello and welcome to World News at Haske TV. I am Rachel Langs. The news. Greece Parliament on Wednesday was to approve a reform allowing workers to work 13 hours a day under exceptional circumstances, drawing fire from union and opposition parties. The new law is expected to be passed by Parliament, where the ruling Conservative have 156 MPs in the 300-seat chamber. The government insists that the 13 hours workday is optional, only affects the private sector, and can only be applied up to 37 days a year. The minister has said she has received a rejected collective agreement request proposing even longer hours. The reform is seen as targeted towards Greece's service sector, especially during the busy summer tourism session, enabling employees to avoid hiring additional staff. Neurological disorders are responsible for more than 11 million deaths globally each year, says the World Health Organization. The global health body urged government to take urgent and coordinated actions to address what is described as a growing public health crisis. This disclosure was accompanied by the release of the World Health Organization's new global status report on neurological on Tuesday, which affirmed that neurological conditions now affect over 3 billion people, more than 40% of the global population. The most common include stroke, migraine, Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, neuropathy, meningitis, and epilepsy. World Health Organization Assistant Director General for Health Promotion, Disease Prevention and Control, Dr. Jeremy Farah, said with more than 1 in 3 people in the world living with conditions affecting their brain, more must be done to improve the health care they need. Next on our report, an elite military unit says it has seized power in Madagascar for President Andre Rajoelina following weeks of youth-led protests in the Indian Ocean island. Standing outside the presidential palace on Tuesday, CAPSAT Chief Colonel Michael Rajoelina said the military will form a government and hold elections within 2 years. He also suspended key democratic institutions like the Electoral Commission. He added that Gen Z protesters will be part of the changes because the movement was created in the street, so we have to respect their demands. Troops and protesters have celebrating have been celebrating the appearance of Austin of President Reginald Lina, with thousands waving flags in the capital Antananarivo. Madagascar Constitutional Court has named Colonel Reginald Rana as the country's new leader, even though a statement from the president's office said he was still in charge, and this announced what is described as an attempt called the Erted. Regional Lina's whereabouts are unknown, but he was said he is sheltering in a safe place following an alleged attempt on his life by military personnel, and politician Cap Sad has denied any involvement in any such move. US President Donald Trump slammed China's health of America soybeans purchases as an economic hostile act, warning on Tuesday that his country will in turn stop buying cooking oil from the world's second biggest economy. His comment online, however, came shortly after he appeared to soothe rising temperature between Washington and Beijing. Trade tension between the world's two biggest economies have reenacted in Trump's second presidency, with tit-for-tat duty touching triple-digit level at one point. In an interview with the Financial Times on Monday, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent slammed Beijing, accusing it of seeking to harm the global economy following China's sweeping new export control in the strategic field of rare earth. Trump, in turn, maintained that Washington has to be careful with China. At least 16 people have died after a huge fire broke out at a garment factory in Bangladesh, with official warning that the toll could rise. 16 bodies have been recovered and will be handed to families after DNA testing, as they have been burnt beyond recognition, the fire service said. Distraught relatives gathered outside the 4-story factory in Hagas, Murbur area on Tuesday in search of their loved ones still missing. The blaze, which broke out at the factory around midday, was extinguished after 3 hours, but authorities said at adjacent chemicals warehouse continued to burn. Large fires are relatively common in densely populated Bangladesh, often due to lack safety standard and poor infrastructure. Hundreds of people have been killed in fire in recent years. Media reports said up until 9 o'clock local time on Tuesday, the fire at the chemical warehouse in Mupur had not been completely doused. That has been the news on